Hello learners, I welcome you all to this SWAYAM course on Fundamentals of Financial Inclusion and Cyber Safety. The topic for today's lecture is Cybercrime and Cybersecurity Initiatives in India. This will be the first part of the lecture. I am Lalita Visht from the School of Computer Science and IT, Uttarakhand Open University. As digital technology transforms India's financial landscape, it becomes increasingly important to ensure inclusive access to financial systems and the safety of digital transactions. Today, we'll explore how financial inclusion is progressing in India and how cybersecurity measures are essential to secure a digital and financial future. So as in last lecture, we discussed understanding cyber security. The learning objectives for today's lecture will be, first of all, we'll be able to define cybercrime and identify its various forms such as phishing, identity theft, cyber stalking, and online financial frauds. Other than that, we'll also explore India's evolving cyber landscape and its social economic implications. And finally, we'll try and understand government responses to digital threats. So moving on, let's begin. With a basic understanding of cybercrime, let's start the lecture. What do you mean by cybercrime, or what do you think is the basic definition of cybercrime? So I'll make it very simple for you all. We can simply state that cybercrime refers to illegal activities carried out using computer or digital devices connected to the internet. Now these crimes target individuals, they target organizations and even governments. Now some common features of cybercrime may include like unauthorized access or manipulation of personal or organizational data. It is a very common feature for cybercrime that it will definitely include an unauthorized access. That means the person who is accessing, say, any account or any personal data does not have the authority to do so. So that is an unauthorized access. And manipulation means to change the information already provided. So manipulating according to the cybercrime use. So for that purpose, data is being manipulated or being changed. So that can be the personal data or any organizational data. Other than that, the common feature of cybercrime is like impact on financial systems and digital behavior. And finally, global scope includes like crimes may originate from one country and affect another country. This is very important, that cyber crimes are such crime that they don't find boundaries within some countries. If they originate from one country, they can very easily travel to other countries or affect another countries. If you take a real life example, the WannaCry ransom attack, it happened in 2017. It affected over 2 lakh computers across 150 countries, demanding payments in bitcoins after locking the data. So it's a very important example of cyber attack or cyber crime that happened back in 2017. Since recently it is growing in a very rapid speed. Cybercrime, as we all know, has a very rapid growth in the recent time. So we need to put a check on it. Now let's look at some common forms of cybercrime. So let's start with phishing. What do you mean by phishing? This word can be easily related with emails. Now sending fraudulent messages through emails that appear to come from a trusted source. The messages or the emails may appear as if they have been sent by a trusted source. For example, like say there's an email claiming to be from Bank of India which asks for your ATM pin. You'll provide it and your bank account will be drained. Similarly, other than that, phishing, there can be another form of cybercrime like identity theft. Identity theft, as the name is, that means stealing someone's personal data such as Aadhaar or PAN card information and misusing it. Now that example can be like criminals use stolen identity to issue SIM cards or take fake loans. It is very common practice for the criminals to use stolen identities of PAN cards or Aadhaar card, and for the purpose of, say, using fake SIMs, issuing fake SIM cards, or taking fake loans. So it's a very common practice, and it's a kind of an identity theft. Other than that, other form of cybercrime may include like cyber stalking, online harassment or monitoring to intimidate a person, often through social media account. Since each of us at present use social media platform in one way or the other, so cyber stalking is very what should I say? It's a very common form of cybercrime which is being committed online. It has a way, say, we can take a simple example, say a girl is repeatedly being threatened on social media by any anonymous user. So it's a form of cyber stalking. And other category may include online financial frauds. Now this is also very common practice these days. It includes UPI scams, fake investment apps, or lottery frauds. Now, example, a person is asked to pay, say, 5,000 rupees as a processing fee for a fake job interview. It may happen, and it is very these days, since each of us is accessing internet and we getting or communicating or exchanging information through internet, it is very common for any of us to get trapped in any online financial fraud, and they are being conducted in one form or the other. Now, moving on, if we talk about cybercrime trends in India, cybercrime in India is rising at a very alarming rate. Between 2017 and 2022, there was about 244% increase in reported crimes. Now, it's a big amount, it's a big figure, which says that cybercrime has rapidly increased in India. Financial frauds now account for about 77% of cybercrime cases. And very common practice in cybercrime being conducted is financial fraud. And it is an RBI 2023 report which says about 77.4% of cybercrime has been reported of financial fraud. Other than that, around 67% of Indian organizations have been affected by ransomware. So again, it's a big figure that shows that cybercrime, a form of ransomware is being conducted. Phishing attacks have grown about 40%, especially targeting online shoppers and banking customers. So phishing is usually being done for the purpose of financial fraud, in the way that targeting the banking customer or people who are shopping online, because finance is being included in this case. More than 20 million Indian user record were breached in 2023 alone. Now, see, this is an alarming figure which shows that 20 million Indian users record, that personal data was breached. That means the security was not properly provided and the data was theft in 2023 itself. So, critical infrastructure like banking, energy and healthcare is increasingly under threat. These incidents not only affect individual but can paralyze system vital for national security. So, we should be very much aware about it, since it's a matter of national security. To address these threats, India have developed multiple legal and policy frameworks. There have been many frameworks which have been developed by Indian government. First and foremost, we'll talk about Information Technology Act 2000. We know, I hope each of us is very well aware about the IT Act 2000, which is actually, it is a form of law that forms the backbone of India's legal structure for combating cybercrime. So it is very important to know about IT Act 2000, which actually forms the backbone of India's structure, which is actually fighting against the cyber crime. Now, if you talk about National Cyber Security Policy 2013, which I briefed you about, the key features, as I told you, were secure cyberspace. The first key feature is to provide the users a very secure cyberspace, vision for a resilient digital environment. The vision is very much clear that for the users using the cyberspace, they should have a very resilient, very secure digital environment. Second, protecting assets, safeguarding information and critical infrastructure. And third, skilled workforce, building expertise in cybersecurity. India's 2013 policy aimed to secure its digital space. It focuses on protecting key assets. A core objective was developing a skilled workforce. So this was the main objective of this policy. Now, if we talk about Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, it's 14C, it's the code for it. It was established back in 2018, as I already told you, for coordinated cybercrime combat, so that we can fight against cybercrime in a very coordinated way. 7 JCTs address key cyber threats were being addressed. Reporting system prevents financial fraud diversion. Any kind of financial fraud diversion will be prevented. Now, 14C was created to unite cybercrime efforts. So, unify or nullify the cybercrime efforts. Then next we talk about Cyber Surakshit Bharat initiative. Again, it was launched in 2018 to boost cyber security awareness. Training programs, I have told you, since it's very important for the people using the security system to be well trained. So for government officials and professional training program were included in Cyber Security Bharat initiative. Public campaigns promoting cyber hygiene and safety. It also included the concept of public campaigns like workshops or conducted for promoting how a simple basic cyber hygiene amongst the common users and about the safety. Now this initiative aimed to increase cyber awareness. Basic idea was to increase the cyber awareness amongst the common user. And if you talk about Information Technology Act 2000, as I told you, it is the backbone of cyber security system of India. It includes its legal framework that addresses cybercrime in India. 2008, there were in year 2008 amendments were added, and these amendments which were added in 2008 expanded the scope of IT Act 2000. It included data protection and cyber terrorism as well, and enforcement challenges due to evolving cyber threats, because creating or making or drafting an act is very easy. What is important is how to enforce that. So IT Act 2000 faced the enforcement challenges due to evolving cyber threat, because cyber threats are evolving day after day, and for that, handling or tackling those cyber threats, the enforcement of this act was not an easy task. The IT Act provides India's legal basis for cybercrime. So it is actually the most important part of cybersecurity in India. So a secure digital future for India will be like cybersecurity is a collective responsibility. It is very important to understand that cybersecurity cannot be done by a single person. It's a collective responsibility. Proactive measures should protect India's digital assets. Definitely, if we are very much aware and we take proactive measures before any incident or any cyber crime happens, we are already aware and we take proactive measures, then that will definitely help to protect India's digital assets. And building a secure cyberspace is a shared commitment. Definitely, building a secure cyberspace is very important. So that's all for this session. I hope after completion or attending this lecture, definitely the learners will be able to define what cybercrime is and accurately identify and distinguish between various forms of cyber offenses such as phishing, identity theft, cyber stalking, whichever I discussed. Other than that, learners will be able to analyze the current trends and challenges in India's evolving cyber landscape. And finally, we'll be able to explain the role of Indian government initiatives. Thank you.